And you're still with us here at the Met Park Sports Center in Pasay for the NDSL Basketball Series 2025. This is going to be the last game of the eliminations, and it pits the Seraphs going up against the Believers. My name is Joel Parcon alongside my partner Kyle Sanchez and Beyonce Acosta on the sidelines. Kyle, last game of the eliminations. What can we expect from these two teams?
Well, I expect both teams to leave it all out there on the floor in terms of their effort. Of course, probably not going to move into our semifinals round, but it's been a good learning experience for both of these teams. And for both of them, they can still try to execute the game plan and learn a lot of things here in this ball game and in this league in general, which they can take with them moving forward into future tournaments.
And to give us a little bit more tidbits, let's turn you over to the third member of our panel, Beyonce Acosta. Beyonce.
Today's final game is a test whether these two teams will either keep or break their streak. Quezon Believers are coming off of the high of their first ever win in this tournament, and their recent practices focus on finding a way for the ball to land in the hands of Dawis and Ceriza, while the San Gabriel Archangel Seraphs will be heavily relying on their first and second fives to clinch their first ever victory, especially Torres and Linkiko. Will the Believers have a winning streak, or will the Seraphs finally end their losses and get a win? The game is about ready to begin. Let me turn you over to the venue announcers.
Game featuring the Colegio de San Gabriel Archangel Seraphs versus Quezon Believers. And now let's meet the starters first for CDSGA Seraphs. At center, number 7, MJ Domingo. Point guard number 12, Tamax Torres. Shooting guard number 14, Carl Magsisi. Small forward number 15, Fritz Lalosa, and power forward number 6, Gerard Linquico. Head coach is Mark Acenas, assisted by Gabe Avelino. Sports director, Kiko Flores. And now the starters for your Quezon Believers. At center number 6, Christian Kamay. Point guard number 22, Reed Bucklig. Shooting guard number 8, Eris Romero. Small forward number 30, Earl Ceniza. And power forward number 23, Joshua Villamor. Our officials, crew chief Gomer Obina. Umpire 1, Jason Ledisla. And umpire 2, Carlo Resurrection. This game is under the supervision of our commissioner, Joel Ngo. This is the National Developmental Sports League inaugural season. Ang Liga ng Atletang Pilipino. Are you ready?
And we're just about ready to start this final eliminations game between the Quezon Believers and Colegio San Gabriel Arcangel Seraphs.
I thought we were going to have a boxing match, but good job by our venue announcer.
And so the Seraphs with the first possession. Push shot does not go, but the putback is there for Fritz Lalosa. Here's Quezon. Ceniza back to the opposite side. Bucklig. Quezon just moving this basketball. Villamor with a miss. Here is the Seraphs. Shot is up. No. And still just doesn't bounce in. Put back. Still nothing. Kamay. Last touch on that ball.
This Seraphs team is relatively new in the collegiate basketball scene, but they've been a feisty bunch and expect them to put up a valiant effort here today against this Kianzal Believers team.
Meanwhile, here is Air Force Villamor.
A good recognition there. Seeing Villamor streaking down the lane.
They get it back into the middle. Kamay with a block. Using his body was La Losa, but he couldn't get the basket. Layup is up and in for Tamax Torres. Most of these guys from the Seraphs are from Bulacan. As that ball goes out of bounds. Believers moving it around. Romero for three. Bounces out. Pitch pass to Tamax. And the extra pass to Lingquico.
Good execution there on the fast break instead of dribbling the ball up the floor and making that forward pass to an open teammate.
And Villamor is blocked, but he's right in the thick of things, getting into that rebound battle, but they don't get it. Passing by the Seraphs a little awkward. Ceniza saves it for Villamor. Romero surveying the field, gets it to Baklig for three. No.
I'm not sure why the players here today have tried to force the issue from around the 4-point line, seeing as there is the regular 3-point line.
And I think the temptation of shooting from that line is a little too much for some of our players.
And just the fact that the line is there, I guess, makes them want to try and shoot from that range.
But Earl Ceniza, content with shooting at the right line, getting a three.
That's right, it counts all the same as a 3-pointer.
And ball goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Seraphs. Reed Baklig finally getting his point across.
And he didn't seem to touch the ball as it was going out. And it actually went off the shoulder of a Seraph.
Villamor underneath. Kicks it back out. Ceniza, set shot, no. Gets the rebound, goes inside instead. That hits the side of the board. And swarming defense of the Believers, and a foul will be called. Romero clutching onto his left ankle.
I think he twisted his ankle there upon landing. It looks like he's okay though, just trying to tighten up his shoelaces. But it looks like he's able to put weight on that left foot, which is a good sign. Well, he's limping for a bit, asking for a substitution.
Seraphs with the basketball. They get it to the corner. Three is on the way. No. Rebound, Christian Kamay. And Romero really having a hard time coming down. Kamay, meanwhile, not having trouble at all. Play goes on as Romero just not participating. Finally, referee stopped play so that Romero can be subbed out. As we've got a report from Beyonce.
Kianzal Believers will be playing without any of their coaches, but all is well, for they trust that the guidance of their captain, Bol Romero, will serve to be enough. Aside from their coach, 6 players, namely Ulyoso, Palad Urbanta, Eduayan, Mancha, and Buendevilla, will also be missing this game. They share that their game plan is to just adjust as the game goes. They're aiming to make this a running game, and they're focusing on making fast breaks instead of insisting on set plays. Their confidence lies on how well and how long they've known each other. Some even dating back to 8 years, while others shared that they've been playing together since elementary. Let's see if their familiarization will help them get their second win. Gentlemen.
And thank you for that report, Beyonce. And this Kianzal Believers squad, of course, under the tutelage of Coach Mark Herrera. We've seen them play in several different leagues as Earl Ceniza with that one-hander.
And this is nothing new to see this team play without any of their coaches. We've seen them play with 5 or 6 players, and they've pretty much, more often than not, found ways to compete, even win some games, even though they are an undersized team, usually having 4 guards on the floor at any given time. But don't be surprised to see Kianzel surprise this Seraphs team.
As Fritz La Losa gets that extra pass and makes good on it. Score is close, 11-10, a 1-point lead for the Believers. Ceniza, set shot once again, short. On the attack are the Seraphs. Jester Aguinaldo gets it to Lincauco for the layup.
Oh, good recognition there, seeing he had a trailing teammate. Instead of forcing the issue himself, gave up that ball for an easy layup.
Dawis, one of the additions to this Kianzal Believers squad, misses on the 3. And the Seraphs throw the ball away. La Losa will check out of the game. As Ligutan coming in. And here are the Believers. Kamay kicks it out to Ceniza. Ceniza trying to create. Inside pass is picked off, but he gets it right back. Wanted to get it to Villamor, is fouled. Ligutan called for the pushing foul. 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Score is 12-11 as Kamay gets the easy shot. Here are the Seraphs once again on the attack. They have the faster squad, it seems.
Both teams obviously trying to run in transition right now.
And that is one of the things that Beyonce was saying, that the Believers want to use their speed. As that will go in for Adrian Celis.
Both teams exchanging leads as we head towards the latter part of this opening quarter.
Here's Baklig, gets it to Villamor. Ball is stolen, and the Seraphs are up ahead. That will be an easy 2 for Linquico. Forcing this timeout from the Kianzal Believers. We'll be back. And you're still with us here at the Med Park Sports Center as we take a look at some plays. That last play prompted the timeout. That was Adrian Celis. The Seraphs going on a fast break attack. And now have a 3-point lead, 16-13 with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Baklig calling out the play. Villamor. Ball is picked off from behind by Linquico. And that's an easy layup for Celis.
The Seraphs team burns rubber in transition every time they get a stop or a rebound.
And another basket This time from Jester Aguinaldo.
And 2 consecutive turnovers now for the Believers. They have to take better care of the ball and make better decisions.
And that is not how you do it. As Celis gets it to Aguinaldo. Ball bounces out. Rebound going to Villamor. Pitches it ahead to Ceniza. Kamay with an easy basket.
Kianzel Believers giving the Seraphs a taste of their own medicine.
And here they come again. Reed Baklig behind the back pass to Earl Ceniza.
This is your typical Filipino style of a basketball game. A lot of running.
And that will force a timeout on the part of the Seraphs with 17.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. It is now 20-19. We'll be back. Take another look at some highlights. Ceniza saving that ball to Christian Kamay. This is the counter attack of the Kianzel Believers. Ceniza that time the beneficiary of a pass from Reed Baklig. And that's why the score is 20-19. Just a 1-point lead for the Seraphs with 17.5 seconds to go. Jester Aguinaldo kicks it out. Celis for 3. Bounces out. Bebe Altajeros gets it right back and goes with a reverse. And that last shot from Earl Ceniza almost went in. At the end of the first quarter, the score is 22-19. Kyle and I will be back for the second quarter. This is the NDSL Basketball Series 2025. You're still with Joe Parconen, Kyle Sanchez, and Beyonce Acosta bringing you this last elimination game of the NDSL 2025 Basketball Series 25 and under action. After one quarter, it was the Seraphs up by 3, 22-19. Kianzel with the first possession of the second quarter. Reed Baklig dropping it off, but that shot is blocked. Steal for Bustamante. Villamor with the floater.
Well, Villamor jogging back on defense. Could have gotten the steal there.
And they get the steal nonetheless. He's not jogging now, but he just misses the layup. Bebe Altajeros streaking down. Goes up and in!
Neither team really having a legitimate big man, so that's why they're all running up and down the floor.
And Altajeros will get an additional free throw here. That goes in. Extending this lead back up to 4, 25-21. Three is on the way and in for Sayat. Here's Altajeros. Kicks it to the corner. No good on the three. Baklig. To Ceniza. They have not yet gotten a rest. Ceniza for three. Yes, sir!
Well, we all know Earl Ceniza can get hot in a hurry, and when he does, the defense really needs to try and get the ball out of his hands.
Extra pass underneath. That's converted.
Similar offenses being ran by both these teams, seeing as they are both guard heavy, a lot of dribble drives and a lot of outside shooting.
Ceniza for three. No. Rebound controlled by Vargas. Eye in the sky play!
And two back-to-back alley-oops now for this Seraphs squad, and they're also in a 1-2-2 zone.
Villamor on the attack. Another floater. It will go in.
The second time around that Josh Villamor has hit that shot, really trying to add that to his offensive arsenal. 2-3 zone now for the Kianzal Believers.
Missed that time for Vargas. And ball is taken away by Ceniza. Believers still pushing it up as we've got a report from Beyonce. Beyonce, take it away.
Seraphs captain Ball Fritz Lalosa admits that the lack of time they've been a team compared to their other opponents proves to be a challenge, but he hoped that a perfect attendance on their trainings will make up for it. And speaking of trainings, they've studied the Believers and they're aware that their speed is one thing they must overcome, along with the Believers guards, which will receive the focus of the Seraphs defense. Even without a win, their head coach Mark Asena said that the Seraphs are still meeting the coach's expectations, and their formula of changing a couple of players every few games has turned out to be successful because he has already found the players, specifically the first and second fives, whom he will integrate into their actual college basketball program. Let's watch whether this set of players can lead their team to getting and maintaining that lead.
Thank you for that report, Beyonce. Quick thinking there by the players of both teams, and quick thinking by our floor director here, Jerome, making sure that we don't get hit by the basketball. Here's Baklig, hangs in the air, no good. So this Seraphs team, they're still developing their program basically. And this experience, more likely than not, has helped to crystallize what it is they're going to have moving forward.
They have a lot of good players in this lineup right now. A lot of guards, so definitely a lot of potential here for them to choose from. But they're off to a right start, joining these off-season tournaments to try and build the confidence of their players, also build their team chemistry. They'll also be able to figure out what exactly they want to run, both on offense and on defense.
One player in particular who has been showing up has been that guy, the one with cornrows, Bebe Altajeros. He is a potent scorer, as is this guy, Nash Coretana.
They really like to play the passing lane, so Kianzal has to do a better job of taking care of their turnovers.
As Reed Baklig is off on that layup. Nice touch pass right back to Denver Bautista.
Now a 6-point lead for the Seraphs, almost at the halfway mark here in the second quarter.
Ceniza wants to create, pulls back for three, and he is fouled. Good show of sportsmanship there from Vargas, helping Ceniza back up.
Definite no-no, fouling a jump shooter.
As Christian Kamay checks back into the game, along with Dawis. But the three other players, Villamor, Baklig, and Ceniza, have yet to sit down on the bench.
I wouldn't be surprised if they stayed in the whole game.
And Ceniza cuts that lead down to 4, 35 to 31. 4 minutes and 50 seconds here in the second quarter. Puritana gives it over to the 45. Denver Bautista misses on the triple. Here's Ceniza. Over to Kamay, and that is a foul on Altajeros. Kamay. Jab step right, goes inside using his strength against Altajeros, and he scores.
Good move there, using his pivot to perfection and spinning off his defender. Christian Kamay has always been a consistent performer for this Kianzil squad. Even though he may be undersized, he always gives 100% effort every time.
That time, though, he gets called for the foul as Jade Nocedal getting the basket. As Bebe Altajeros will go to the bench in favor of Shan Sablan. And the Seraphs opting to leave, to stay in on defense to avoid a potential fast break. Here's Ceniza. He's up against Puritana. And stolen once again. Puritana up ahead. Gets it to Vargas. And that's an easy two. And another steal. But a foul will be called on Puritana. He will be subbed out in favor of Jester Aguinaldo.
Both teams having 3 team fouls already.
3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Dawis pulls up short. Rebound. Finds its way to Aguinaldo. He makes the extra pass. A little bit too much passing, but it goes in nonetheless. Denver Bautista with the basket. Oh, another steal here. And this will be another fast break layup for Jade Nocedal as a timeout is called on the floor. It's a 10-point lead for the Seraphs, 43 to 33. 2 minutes and 34 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back. And these are the fast break attacks of the Seraphs earlier, giving them this 10-point lead. They're up 43 to 33 over the Kianzil Believers. The Believers, their offense not really getting into it because of the pesky defense of these Seraphs. Joel Parcon and Kyle Sanchez bringing this ball game alongside Beyonce Acosta on the sidelines. Villamor has to give it up, and Ceniza is fouled. The Seraphs asking for a traveling violation on Villamor, I believe.
The Believers having a difficult time with the guards of the Seraphs. Really pesky is an understatement with how they've been playing defense here in this game, playing the passing lanes, getting deflections, and almost all of their deflections and turnovers forced have ended up in easy transition baskets.
And finally, our referees issuing a technical foul on
Technical foul on CDSGA Sports Director Kiko Colex on Sports Online Day.
the sports director of the Seraphs. He can probably feel that this is one of the best opportunities for them to get a W.
That's right. And more often than not, he's always the most intense person in the gym, more than the players.
Not just on their bench, but in the gym.
Yes, in the entire city of Pasay at the moment.
It's good to play with a lot of passion, but you need to be able to direct that passion.
Oh,
But,
yes,
yeah.
channel it into a more positive way. This might hurt their team if the Kansas Believers can swing the momentum in their favor.
2 minutes to go in the second quarter. They get it inside. Denver Bautista, another alley-oop play.
Twisting his body in midair. He wasn't facing the basket when he caught that ball, but he had enough hang time for him to be able to get that shot off.
As Siniza misses on yet another three. Here are the Seraphs flying to the basket, but that could have been dropped off. Just like that, Villamor thought about it, goes up. Unorthodox shot. It came from the side, not in front.
Third floater already of this game for Josh Villamor. Obviously worked on that shot.
As Bautista misses on the jumper, but they still have the ball. Vargas for three. Yes, sir. That lead at 11 as Dawis will try to respond. No good. Rebound, Villamor. No. On the run once again are the Seraphs, but Baklig with a steal. Baklig all the way. No good. Rebound tracked by Nosidal. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with the Seraphs. Jester Aguinaldo signaling that he should have gotten the ball there. And he will call for play number one, directing traffic, telling his teammates where to go. That is the sign of a good point guard. Drop pass, tip out of bounds by Debu Martinez. 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Seraphs. Vargas to Aguinaldo. Aguinaldo for the jumper, no. And Martinez tips it, but back to Aguinaldo. A case of a little too much passing. Shot is up. Bounces out for Bautista, but he will go to the line for two.
You like the energy being shown here by both teams. It's just that the Seraphs have done a better job of getting out into transition for those easy layups. Earlier, there was a sequence wherein there were 5 players running to get a layup, while there were only 2 or 3 orange shirts getting back on defense. That just shows the effort that the Seraphs have put in both on offense and on defense.
And one guy who has shown a lot of energy and if I may say so, a lot of joy in playing is this guy, Denver Bautista, although he misses on the free throws there. Siniza going all the way. Gets it. Chance for one last shot. Vargas. No. At the end of the first half, the score is 48-39, a 9-point lead for the Colegio San Gabriel Arcangel Seraphs as we take a look at the move of the half. And that is by Nico Vargas passing it. And that is Makoy Ligutan with an alley-oop shot. They're up by 9, 48-39, heading into the half. We'll be back. This is the NDSL Basketball Series 2025. Let's take a look at some highlights from that first half. The Seraphs racing to that lead with their disruptive defense and their quick offense.
They've really generated a lot of turnovers, and the majority of their baskets have come from fast break points.
And out of their points from turnovers, 16 points from turnovers, and from that, 12 have come from the break.
And also another glaring stat are the bench points, 34 bench points for the Seraphs compared to Kianzel's 3.
Kianzel, of course, being led by none other than Earl Seniza with 18 points. Meanwhile, for the Seraphs, it's a little bit more spread out. No player scoring more than 7 points. And that one is Bebe Altajeros. Justin Aguinaldo with a fadeaway. That's only his 4th point in this game. Here's Dawis. Over to Baklig for 3. Bounces off on the rebound. Kamay will be called for the foul.
Well, the most obvious thing that Kianzel needs to do in the second half is take care of the ball. That way they limit the fast break opportunities of the Seraphs team.
As Vargas will miss from 3, but the putback is there for Denver Bautista. Baklig to the middle. Kamay. Seniza is cutting, but Kamay takes it himself.
A strong drive. There was a cutting teammate towards his right, decided to take it himself, and it's only an 11-point lead.
And ball is tipped out of bounds by Reed Baklig. Will stay with the Seraphs. They have 17 seconds on their shot clock. Here's Bautista. Extra pass underneath, and that goes for Sean Sablan.
Unselfish play there. Could have already taken that shot, seeing as he was wide open himself, but a higher percentage for his teammate down below the basket.
And this time he gets the steal, but Joshua Villamor, counter steal, had to run back to the free throw line of the opposite side. Baklig goes all the way. That was a little uncontrolled. Another steal here, this time by Dawis. Seniza, floater, short. Kamay battles for the rebound, and Seniza tracks it. Seniza, extra pass, Kamay, basket and the foul. Foul will be called on Sean Sablan.
A good pass there by Earl Seniza, drawing the defenders and dishing it off at the last second for Kamay to get that and one layup.
As Bebe Altajeros checks into the game for Sean Sablan. And he makes good on it.
And now the Believers are in a 1-2-2 zone.
Here are the Seraphs. Extra pass stolen by Villamor. Air Force Villamor flying high to the basket.
And that's what the Seraphs have been doing to them all first half. Now Josh Villamor doing the same to them.
3 is on the way. It's short for Nocedal, and the Believers get the ball. Baklig maneuvering around the Seraphs. Kamay underneath, gets another foul and another basket.
He knows that even though the Seraph team is a bit undersized, they like to go for steals and try to go for those help side blocks. So just one up fake, got the defender off, and another and one for Christian Kamay.
Chance to inch closer for Christian Kamay, and that lead is down to 5, the closest it has been in a while.
And just to start this third quarter, the Seraphs haven't been able to sustain the energy that they had during the second quarter, and that's allowed Kianzel to get back into this ball game.
And timeout is called on the floor. We'll be back. 6 minutes and 41 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's a 5-point lead for the Seraphs of Calaheo San Gabriel Arcangel. And another miss there by the Seraphs. Here's Reed Baklig. His game has not gotten going. Dawis steps in for a jumper, no good. Ceniza tracks that rebound but couldn't handle it. Altajeros is up ahead. Altajeros, the layup is in.
Good body control there by Altajeros, letting the defender blow by him and still being able to finish that layup.
And a little bit of breathing room for the Seraphs, as that's another miss by Ceniza from the outside. Denver Bautista, he's blocked by Kamay. And we've got a report from Beyonce.
Even with the lead, the Kianzal Believers team captain Romero told off his players regarding relaxing too much in the first half and just playing on their own. So we emphasized on better ball movement and more cohesive passing, which he credits to be the biggest factor in their last game's first ever win. While Seraphs head coach Asenas wants his players to focus more on attacking the paint and forcing the other team to play by their pace. He mentioned points about passes and cuts and running more for this quarter. Let's watch which team will reign supreme this second half. Joel and Kyle.
And thank you for that report, Beyonce. Yes, a lot of focus needed in order for Kianzel to get past this currently a 10-point lead for the Seraphs. Meanwhile, the Seraphs need to get back into the rhythm that they had in the first half, where they forced Kianzel to play by their rhythm. As Nocedal hits on that fadeaway jumper, increasing this lead once again to 12. Ceniza attacks.
What's interesting about this Seraphs team is they play exactly the same way that this Kianzel squad used to play. Run and gun, up and down the floor, guard heavy rotation, attacking the basket, not a lot of outside shots. And maybe that's the reason why Kianzel is getting a bit shell-shocked here with the way that the Seraphs have just pounced on them with their tenacious defense.
Tenacious D indeed. As a couple of substitutions coming in. Nash Curitana checking back into the game, as well as Gerald Dinquico for the Seraphs. Curitana thought about the three, goes baseline instead. Extra pass! Oh, babied on that shot by Tamax Torres, and it will go back to Kianzel. Baklig attacks right, goes up for the jumper, too strong. Rebound once again by Josh Villamor. He's blocked by Denver Bautista. Gets the loose ball but loses it to the baseline.
Double black eye there for Villamor. Get your shot blocked, and then the ball bounced off his leg on its way out.
Less than 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. That's an over and back. Speaking of focus, that's the Seraphs losing focus there. As Damax Torres will be given a seat because of that mistake in favor of Vargas. Underneath, Villamor misses on the reverse. Kamay gets the offensive rebound. The shot is up. No. Lingquico with the rebound. Foul will be called on Villamor. Here's Coretana. Gives it up to Lingquico. Extra pass. Broken off. Here's Seniza. Will take it himself and will score. Coretana once again directing traffic. They get it to Vargas. Coretana looking to attack. Hoists up the shot, no good. Ball goes out of bounds and will go to Kianzel.
He thought he was fouled, but there was no whistle there. So play continues. Another chance for the Believers to cut this lead down before the end of this third quarter.
Sayat and Bustamante checking into the game for Kianzel. Here's Kamay. He's fouled by Lingquico. First free throw bounces out for Christian Kamay. He's 0 out of 2. Missed opportunity there. Here's Coretana, almost loses the ball. Shot is up, no good. Offensive rebound and still nothing there. Coretana tracking that loose ball, gets it to Denver Bautista, yes.
And it's those 50-50 balls that have gone the way of the Seraphs, and they've made Kianzel pay. And for the Believers, they have to make sure that they don't allow any offensive rebounds to the Seraphs team.
And it's the length and the agility of these Seraphs that have been allowing them to get to those 50-50 balls. As Reed Baklig disrupts that play. And ball will go back to the Seraphs. Jester Aguinaldo back in the game. Here's Vargas, steps into the three, off the right iron. Kamay gives it up to Baklig. Baklig, he has been looking for his shot and finally gets one.
He's been trying to make that shot all day, but now it's a good chance for his offense to open up even more.
First 2 points for Reed Baklig. Triple is on the way. And that goes in. That lead is back up to double digits. Seniza is fouled, and he will try to get the three-point play the hard way.
And Seniza has that upper body strength to absorb the contact and still finish over the defender's tough lefty layup.
Bonus free throw for Earl Seniza. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Cuts it down to a 7-point lead, 66-59. Ball almost stolen. Shot doesn't go for La Losa. He's battling down low with Kamay. Gets another rebound. And that will be an offensive foul. chicken wing.
Obvious call there for our officials. Throwing Kamai off to the side. Now Kianzo has another chance to cut into this lead.
But Jester Aguinaldo with a steal. Aguinaldo looking for options, gets it to Bautista, 2 seconds to go. La Losa, extra pass, may have cost them that shot. So at the end of 3 quarters, the score is 66-59, 7-point lead for the Seraphs. We'll be back for the 4th quarter. One quarter to go. It's a 7-point lead for the Colegio San Gabriel Arcangel Seraphs. 66-59 over the Kianzel Believers. Will Kianzel make believers out of us, or will the Seraphs ascend to their first win? Reed Baklig has not been subbed out of this entire ball game as Jester Aguinaldo speeds to the basket.
Some of the players on this Seraph squad can also double as track and field athletes with the way they've been just running up and down the floor.
Pass is tipped, and it will go back to the Seraphs. And you are right, several of them. You've got Jester Aguinaldo, even this guy Vargas, even Nash Coritana, probably. Even some of their bigger guys like Denver Bautista.
Oh yes, they all need new basketball shoes every month.
And Joshua Villamore is saying, I can get in on that. Here's Jester over to the corner. Back to him. Vargas asking for it. Denver Bautista, shot is off. Ceniza with a rebound. He's in a rush. Behind the back. Dribbles out of traffic. Back into traffic. And gets the shot in.
Trying to take matters into his own hands. Earl Ceniza cuts this lead down to 5. Anything still possible with an eternity of basketball left. 8 minutes and some change.
And a foul called on that drive by Jester Aguinaldo. Let's take another look at what Earl Ceniza did. Well, that wasn't it. Eye in the sky play. And Villamore will be called for the foul. Denver Bautista going to the line for 2. First one is in. Misses on the second. 8 minutes to go in the quarter. Ceniza gives it up to Baklig. Dawis, he's up against Vargas. Chance of defense from the bench of the Seraphs. Baklig, back to Dawis for 3. No. Rebound lost by Bautista, and Joshua Villamore with the basket.
Not sure how Villamore was able to get to that ball. There were 3 white shirts around him. But the effort of William Moore just would not be denied there.
Speaking of denial, that's William Moore offering up some denial there. Dawis able to control that ball enough. Here's Seniza spinning to Baklig. Comes closer, jumper just will not go in for Reed Baklig.
Sorry, he missed. The ball was already halfway down, and it's been that type of day for him.
Vargas open for three, bounces out, but the putback is there for Sean Sablan. Seniza attacks. Seniza draws a foul from Jester Aguinaldo, and it will be downstairs. And Bebe Altajeros will check in. 14 seconds on the shot clock for the Believers. Baklig. They give it to Seniza. He will try to create once again. Gets it to Baklig from the 4-point line. Yes, sir! But that's just three, though.
That's correct. Only 3 points, but a big three-pointer for Baklig. Cuts his lead down to 3. Over 6 minutes remaining in this game.
Bebe Altajeros, he can shoot it from out there. Misses too sharp, though. Sean Sablan, the putback, no. Seniza, like a freight train, barreling through the opposition. And he will go to the line for two.
And the defender in Vargas was still backpedaling there. So good idea by Seniza to not stop, keep going towards the rim.
He can get Kianzel as close as it has gotten in a while. And our referees noting that Baklig and Villamor were taking a sip of water, that they will not sit down because they're not allowed to sit down on the bench. They have not been subbed out of this entire ball game alongside Earl Seniza.
And that's how this Kianzo Believer squad usually does things. They have a short rotation. Even though they have 10 players on their lineup right now, they don't really dig deep into their bench.
Sablan misses on that jumper. Chance for the Believers to take the lead for the first time in a long time. Seniza shot is off. Rebound corralled by Kamay. Baklig goes inside. Baklig, the jumper. No good, but he will go to the line for two.
Some fouls being given up now by the Seraphs that allow this Kianzo squad to slowly creep back into this game. And if Baklig hits both of these free throws, they'll get the lead back.
Sedal gets a breather. First shot is off for Reed Baklig, trying to wipe off any moisture on his hands. Zero for two.
A couple of sorry misses for Reed. He could have gotten the lead back for his team.
Here's Celis. Coritana over to Sablan, to the cutting Celis. Altajeros, he's bothered. No good. Put back. Still nothing, but Sablan finally gets it.
There are some high jumpers on this squad as well. Get it going up for second and third jumps on those offensive rebounds.
And traveling violation called on Earl Seniza.
It seems as though Seniza landed on the same foot he hopped on. And of course, you have to land with both feet if you're going to take a hop step. So an easy call for our officials there.
As Coritana goes up for three. No. Rebound going to Kamay. Here's Baklig. They're down by three. Baklig, shot is up, no.
That was an awkward attempt from Baklig.
And off to the races once again are the Seraphs. Prompting the timeout from the Believers as the Seraphs have now gone back up by 5. We'll be back. Let's take another look at that. You were saying all of the high jumpers of the Seraphs, so they have they can definitely feel the track and field team, not just for the 100-meter dash, but even for the high jumps, the long jumps,
And the relays.
and the relays.
A bunch of, they may be undersized, and it would be easy for any team to underestimate them just by looking at how this squad is made up. But look at the heart and the effort and the energy that they all have been sharing, from the coaches, even to their sports director, the intensity that they bring.
Christian Kamay, he has been asking for that ball ever since they brought it over the half court. Misses there though. Altajeros to Aguinaldo, back to him, and that's a floater that goes in.
And they've been very unselfish as well.
As that will be an unsportsmanlike foul on Jester Aguinaldo. I'm wondering why he did that.
Trying to stop Josh Villamor from getting that layup, but it looked like he pulled on Villamor's jersey as well. We'll have to take a second look at that. But the defense, it's not often that the Quezon Believers have taken advantage of the defense of the Seraphs falling asleep in transition, but Villamor was all alone for that layup attempt.
So our technical committee will take a look. The Seraphs are up 77-70. 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. We're of course glad that you can join us here on the stream on the Nudge Plus Facebook page and the NDSL Facebook page. So it has been deemed an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's take another look at what transpired. Aguinaldo was not making any play on the ball.
Also grabbing the jersey of Josh Villamor as he was trying to go up. Could have ended badly, but luckily they're both okay. Villamor hitting those technical free throws, and ball possession stays with the Believers. It's only a 5-point lead. Still 3 minutes 28 seconds remaining in this game. However, the Seraphs are already in the penalties, so the Believers can take advantage of the Seraphs foul situation here from here on out.
So that you will want them to be a little bit more aggressive going to the basket rather than going up for outside shots. And I believe that's what they're going to try and start here with Kamay posting up against Altajeros. Kicks it out. Dawis for three. Yes, sir!
Big three-pointer there from Dawis, and good kick-out pass coming from Christian Kamay.
And the Seraphs are feeling the pressure. It's now down to a 1-point lead. Curitana for three. Too strong. Villamor with a rebound. He's off and running. Villamor pass to Kamay. Yes!
Now it's Kamay being rewarded with a basket that ties things up once again between these two squads.
And we'll be back. The score is tied at 77 all. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go off of this triple from Dawis. And this has become a very, very pressure-packed ball game. Another turnover there as Josh Air Force Villamor misses on the layup.
A rare miss, especially from that close for someone like Josh Villamor.
Meanwhile, Pepe Altajeros.
And that miss by Villamor could come back to haunt them later on.
As Earl Ceniza once again attacks, misses. Kamay battling for the rebound against Sablan. And it will go to the Seraphs. Just a 2-point lead for the Seraphs here as we are just about ready to enter the twilight zone. Extra pass, the shot is up. No, Bebe Altajeros with the rebound, and that's in.
He has been everywhere for his team here today, grabbing offensive rebounds, getting deflections, running the break.
Dawis, he will shoot it, and he will make it. Dawis with 2 triples here in the fourth quarter.
And those shots have been clutch and have kept them in this game.
Meanwhile, miss on the other end. Villamor with a rebound. Gives it up to Ceniza. Just a 1-point lead. Ceniza, 10 seconds on their shot clock. Screen from Kamay. Gets it to Dawis for 3. Yes, sir!
3 3-pointers now here in the fourth quarter for Dawis. Gives the Believers a 2-point lead. Only a minute and 5 seconds remaining in this game.
Altajeros saved by the whistle. Reed Baklik called for the foul. Dawis hitting 3 triples in the fourth quarter. Less than a minute to go. Here's Aguinaldo. Gets it to Coritana. Altajeros, the shot is too strong. And the ball did not hit the ring. And a timeout is called on the floor. The score, 83-81 in favor of Ganzel. We'll be back. We've got 48.1 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Ganzel Believers riding high of getting their first win yesterday against MLQU. They are now up by 2. Villamor being harassed by Celis. Dawis, he's blocked that time. Coritana with a block. And Dawis will trigger the inbound. Gets it to Baklig. Villamor for 3. No!
That would have been big. Could have iced this ball game for the Believers.
And he will give up a foul.
Luckily for them, they're not in the penalty yet.
But Jester Aguinaldo on the floor. He picks himself back up. But that will be the last foul to give for the Kenzell Believers.
So a 7-second differential between shot clock and the game clock.
As Earl Siniza with a foul in the backcourt.
That's not a smart play. Seeing as you are already in the penalty, all you had to do is play honest defense, get the ball back, and go to the free throw line. And instead, you're giving your opponents a chance to tie things up.
And you're giving that chance to Bebe Altajeros, who is one of the better free throw shooters on the Seraphs squad. That ties things up at 83. We've got 26.1 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Kenzell can pull off one more play to try and take this home. What would you do if you're the Believers?
Well, I would choose to attack the basket, seeing as there, aside from Dawis, there isn't really a consistent three-point shooter right now for the Kenzell Believers. And seeing as the Seraphs are in the penalty, that puts them in a better position to get to the free throw line if they get fouled. Oh, I would only take an outside shot if it's absolutely an open one. And we'll see if they'll be running that here in the next possession.
And it will be Baklig, Saniza, Kamay, Dawis, and Villamor. This has been the lineup that they have had for most of the second half. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's Altajeros. You've got Curitana, Celis, Aguinaldo, and Sablan. Dawis will trigger the inbound. Over to Baklig. He's got Celis in front of him. Baklig attacks. Baklig hangs. No good. Rebound. Villamor gets it back out. Siniza on the attack. Spins. Lefty shot is in.
That is a big basket from Earl Siniza. The shot clock was winding down. Got that ball off in the nick of time, as we see here. 2 seconds, elevating just enough to get that floater and getting that friendly bounce.
And we'll be back for the final 12.1 seconds of this fourth quarter. .1 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point lead for the Kenzell Believers. Can the Seraphs get one more play to either tie or get the lead? Or will the Believers hold on? Here's Altajeros. Shoots it. Misses. Loose ball goes to Kamay, and the Believers get the win.
And that was, that might not have been the best offensive possession there for Altajeros, taking that last shot. Although he has been the best player for them this game, that shot seemed a bit forced to me, seeing as they still had around 3 or 4 seconds remaining. Could have passed it to an open teammate, seeing as he had 2 defenders on him.
As we take a look at the move of the game, that was the game-winning shot, essentially. Earl Siniza, the lefty, he always attacks right first, then spins to his left. You know that that's coming, but they couldn't stop it. That is the move of the game, and he is as well our player of the game, Earl Ceniza, the ever-dependable player of the Kianzel Believers, and he is right now with Beyonce.
So, thank you, Joel. Again, I am with today's best player of the game, Earl Ceniza. Congratulations. Kanina, nung in-interview ko si Captain Bolnyo Romero, sinabi niya sa akin na basta ang mahalaga sa mga practices nyo at sa larong ito ay mapunta sa kamay mo at sa kamay ni Dawis ang bola. Paano mo pinapakita sa bawat teammates mo na pinapahalagahan mo ang tiwala na binibigay nila sa'yo?
At lang po kami, teamwork lang po kami palagi na magpasahan lang po kami palagi sa loob ng court. Tapos yun, yung ball movement kasi doon kami mas nakakascore. Tsaka pass break.
Ngayon, huling laro nyo na sa ligang ito, anong klaseng imahe ng Kianzel Believers ang gusto nyong tumatak sa isip at maalala ng mga manonood?
Laban lang ng laban.
Laban lang ng laban. Again, congratulations on your second win. I am the best player for today's final game, Earl Ceniza.
And of course, you have to don't stop believing with the Kianzel Believers. Hold on to that feeling as they get their second win of the tournament. Earl Ceniza signing our game ball, our Spalding Legacy game ball. Congratulations to Earl Ceniza and the Kianzel Believers for winning 85 to 83. Tomorrow, we have the semifinals. This is just for the 19 and under division. You've got the Junior Altas going up against the Red Cubs at 10 a.m. and then at 1 p.m. you've got Smash Basketball going up against the Golden Staglets. On behalf of my partner, Kyle Sanchez, and the third member of our panel, Beyonce Acosta, and of course the hard-working men and women of Nudge Plus, this has been Joel Parcon. This is the NDSL Basketball Series 2025. Ayo mong tanan mga bay.